Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. And we begin with part of TV land going dark. Hollywood writers defiantly put down their pens at midnight Monday night, mostly over pay. The impact was immediate. Late-night programming took it on the chin first, as they're most dependent on writers for everything from the opening monologues to skits and celebrity interviews. Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Tonight Show, and The Daily Show went straight into reruns. Saturday Night Live and daytime soap operas could be next. The work stoppage is the first in 15 years. The last time, it lasted 100 days and eventually took a toll on primetime favorites. At the heart of the money battle this time is streaming. Content is up, which means more jobs, but pay is down. There's another high-flying balloon mystery to report, this one near Hawaii. The U.S. military spotted it floating 36,000 feet above the Pacific late last week. It didn't pass over any sensitive sites, it's not being steered, doesn't have any signals coming from it, and is apparently not a threat to planes. For those reasons, the Pentagon thinks it's probably just a weather balloon, and for now, they're going to leave it alone. Earlier this year, high-flying objects like this one caused quite a kerfuffle. The U.S. popped 4 in short order, 1 off the coast of South Carolina, and 3 others in Alaska, Canada, and over Lake Huron. More red flags are being waved regarding the arrival and impact of artificial intelligence. And the most recent warning comes from the man largely credited with creating it. Geoffrey Hinton is known as the godfather of the deep learning technology that makes up ChatGPT and other AI systems. This week, he told the New York Times that his most immediate concern is that AI-generated content will make it difficult to know what's real and what's not, like the now viral picture of Selena Gomez at the Met Gala, even though she wasn't there. Or a few weeks ago, the Pope in a puffer jacket that he actually never wore. Mr. Hinton says it's only going to get worse if his old company Google, along with others working to develop AI, don't pump the brakes long enough to understand the dangers of what they're creating. The massive floating blob of smelly seaweed that we told you about a few months ago has made its arrival in Florida. Officially, it's known as the Great Atlantic Sargassum Seaweed Belt, a 5,000-mile-wide mess of brown algae that forms every year and makes its way from the shores of Africa to the Gulf of Mexico. When it's at sea, it's actually beneficial because it provides food and protection for fish, mammals, marine birds, crabs, and other organisms. But when it hits the beaches, holy moly, it piles up and stinks like rotten eggs. This year, its size is setting records, and scientists aren't exactly sure why. The result, though, is tractor after tractor scooping it up off the sand, only for more to wash ashore the next day. The Florida Tourism Board isn't happy to hear this, but seaweed watchers say this could go on for months. In other KidNuz notes, Ed Sheeren is performing while he's defending. The singer is still on trial in New York City, where he's being sued for taking key parts of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On to use in his hit single, Thinking Out Loud. While on the witness stand, Mr. Sheeren sang and even used his guitar to do a mashup of tunes by other artists to show the notes and chords used in pop music. The trial could wrap up by the end of the week. And there's a new top dog among Super Bowls. The television rating service, Nielsen, rejiggered its numbers recently and determined that Super Bowl 57 between Kansas City and Philadelphia last February is officially now the most watched big game of all time. 115.1 million viewers tuned in to see the Chiefs take down the Eagles, enough to unseat the 114.4 million couch surfers who helped set the previous record when the Patriots faced off against the Seahawks in 2015. That's it for KidNuz. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. Why are late-night TV shows suddenly in reruns? Hollywood writers are on strike. Where was the latest mystery balloon spotted? Near Hawaii. Who is now warning about the impact of artificial intelligence? The godfather of the technology, Geoffrey Hinton. The massive blob of seaweed that's hitting the shores of Florida smells like what? Rotten eggs. In today's Kid News kicker, he wasn't invited to the annual Met Gala in New York and couldn't have afforded the tickets anyway. But that didn't stop a spotlight-hungry cockroach from crashing the uber-exclusive party and pretty much stealing the show. The six-legged interloper strutted his brown and white best on the red carpet before scurrying up the steps at the feet of the fashion world's elite. Twitter enjoyed the distraction, with one poster writing, "Imagine a cockroach getting more excited screams and photos taken than an actual celebrity. 2023 is such a fever dream." Variety reported on the trespasser and even included a few who knew fun facts about this notorious insect, like they can run up to 3 miles per hour, hold their breath for 40 minutes, and live for a week without a head. Before we go, we want to put a different kind of bug in the ear of your parents about our shout-outs. Maybe you'd like to send a special on-air Kid News message to your special graduate, or give a Kid News hello to a favorite teacher for Teacher Appreciation Week next week. We have a few spots left. All information can be found on our sponsorship page at kidnews.org. Speaking of terrific teachers, we want to shout out Mr. Hora and his Hawks at Prairie Heights in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Mrs. Witowski and her Shaler Titans at Shaler Area Middle School in Glenshaw, Pennsylvania. And Mrs. Dreiling and her Cubs at Amelia Earhart Elementary in Goddard, Kansas. Thanks for listening. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.